Ladies and gentlemen, namaste, adab, good evening.
Rooshikumar Pandya, the voice and style that mesmerized thousands of people through the decades, had very humble beginnings. The incredible journey that began in Ahmedabad in 1964 traversed across the globe, spreading the Rooshi magic and training and helping multitudes of individuals in achieving their dreams. A teacher by heart, his life story in itself is a huge inspiration for achieving the impossible.
I made a mission in my life that, as I said repeatedly over the 3 days, that people have a phenomenal potential and 15% of the people work at achieving that. I want to raise that 15% by a fraction before I die.
This mission was threefold things. One, to identify one's calling in life, how to move towards it, and how to achieve it. It required three things he identified in a very precise manner. The first is the determination to break loose from wherever you are. Second, to keep up the passion until you achieve success. And the third, excellence as the principal tool to achieve that success.
When I was 16 years old, my father was born and brought up in middle-class family in Ahmedabad. In our time, there were only two choices to become in career-wise, doctor or an engineer. My sister was a doctor, my brother was an engineer. And my father asked me at age 16, what are you going to be? So I looked at him and I said, I'm going to be a teacher. My father looks at me and says, it's a noble profession. Leave it for noble people. Age 16, I dropped mathematics in SSC exams, so I never had to go into science. And I started teaching at the age of 17 for 25 rupees a month, part-time job, for which I rode bicycle 20 miles a day. And I loved it, and that's why I'm here at 73, because I loved what I did. Otherwise, I'll be in a hospital. Otherwise, at this age, I'll be in ICU with, all kinds of nullies attached to every opening in my body.
My friend, dear Rooshikumar Pandya ji, was one multifaceted personality. He loved life. I liked him because he was the happiest man I have ever seen on this planet, and he had a childlike enthusiasm to learn new things. He loved cooking for many people. He liked gemology. He was a great man in hypnotism, and he did counseling for people who needed advice, and he was mentoring people a lot. And there are thousands of young and old who have benefited from him, but nobody ever knew that he has helped them to set their lives and grow in their lives.
Rooshi ji never stopped learning till his last days. Student of Padma Vibhushan Ali Akbar Khan in America, later continued his learning under the legendary musician Padma Bhushan Srimati Annapurna Devi, whom he married in 1984 and continued learning from her till his last days.
ऋषि जी न केवल एक मेरे गुरु बंधु थे, आप सब लोग उनको कम्युनिकेशन एक्सपर्ट या हिप्नोथेरेपिस्ट या और कुछ मैनेजमेंट गुरु के नाम से जानते होंगे, लेकिन जो मैंने उनको देखा था वो एक साधक, संगीत साधक और एक शिष्य, एक साथीदार, एक शिक्षक, इनके रूप में मैंने उनको जाना। एक विद्यार्थी के रूप में मुझे उनकी एक बात बहुत पसंद आई कि जब उन्होंने गुरु माँ से शादी की थी तो उन्होंने उनको कहा था कि ये शादी सिर्फ लोगों को बताने के लिए है, क्योंकि लोग कुछ बातें नहीं कहें, लेकिन मैं पूरा जन्म आपका विद्यार्थी रहूँगा। और वो उन्होंने पाला उसको।
वो एक कमाल के एक्टर भी थे, मतलब इतनी जल्दी हर चीज़ को पकड़ लेते थे, कैच कर लेते थे। ये मैंने अद्भुत देखा। मैंने मैंने अपने जीवन में मतलब वन ऑफ द बेस्ट स्टूडेंट मैंने मतलब उनको पाया है अपनी लाइफ में अभी तक। तो कमाल के थे और उस मतलब उम्र में उन्होंने ये सीखना जारी रखा और बोलते थे कि मैं एक्टिंग जब ये सीख लूँगा तो मैं कुछ और सीखूँगा, मैं जीवन भर सीखता रहूँगा। तो ये जो ललक है उनकी, ये सीखने की इच्छा है, ये मतलब उस वक्त मुझे लगा कि ये कमाल की है।
The point, ladies and gentlemen, is that faith and something that you want to do and you want passion to go with it and your conviction that you can do it. What happens otherwise, most people, the life is summarized in 2 lines of a Urdu poet. हम क्या कहें अहबाब, हम क्या कहें अहबाब, क्या कारे नुमाया कर गए. Dear friends, what can I tell you what great deeds I achieved in my life. हम क्या कहें अहबाब, क्या कारे नुमाया कर गए. बीए हुए, नौकर हुए, पेंशन मिली और मर गए.
He aimed at bringing the best out from everyone who crossed their paths with him.
I think he was excellent human being who knew how to keep a relationship irrespective of the hierarchies. We always looked upon him as a great father figure and mentor, and the way he has nurtured leaders, the way he has helped needy people, the way he helped the last person in the row. I think there are no words to describe it.
Roshi bhai, a name which has played a great role in my corporate career, what Lord Sri Krishna has played for Arjuna in Mahabharata for being a Sarthi. Today, where I am, is all credit goes to Roshi bhai, and I remain always indebted to him for that.
इसलिए हम लोग ज़्यादा थे ऋषि भाई और मैं, वो फ्रेंड्स, तो मैंने उनको दोस्त के रूप में ही अच्छा तरीके से लिया। वह दोस्ती के साथ में उनसे सीखने को बहुत बातें थी। बहुत दूर की सोचने वाले, समझने वाले, प्रैक्टिकल आदमी लाइफ में बार बार नहीं मिलते।
There were hardly any subject in human development that he did not pursue, master and teach.
Mr. Rooshikumar Pandya, as we remember him, was a great communicator, a master communicator par excellence. He conducted stress management programs for the whole world, and he was very, very fond of the Maharashtra police because of my connection. And wherever I worked, whether it is CBI or IB or Nagpur police or Mumbai police, he came with me at his own expense and conducted not less than 250 programs for the policemen as to how to lead a stress-free life.
You have to have a vision, clarity of goal. You have to have a conviction and faith that it's going to happen. And I tell you the best story about faith from the Ramayana, which is not in the Ramayana. When Ram, Sita, Lakshman, all that happened afterwards, the war was won. On the way to Ayodhya, they pitched a tent at Marina Beach in Chennai. About midnight, Ram got out of his tent, went to Marina Beach, picked up in the ocean, threw it in the water, and it sank. He picked up another one, threw it in the water, that too sank. Picked up the third one, same thing. He kept on throwing, all the stones kept on sinking. Hanumanji's Angarakshak, his bodyguard, watching this operation from a palm tree, climbed down. He goes to Ram. He says, Bhagwan, you fought all this war. And what are you doing at midnight throwing stones in the water? Ram was very embarrassed. He said, you monkeys have been lying to me. So Hanumanji said, what are you saying, Bhagwan? We never lied to you. He said, you monkeys told me that you put my name on these stones and you threw them into the water and they started floating. I am throwing, each one of them is sinking. Hanumanji started laughing. He said, Bhagwan, when we put your name on these stones, we had faith in you. You don't, you're doubting yourself. And that is why in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna tells Arjuna, Sanshayatma Vinashyati. One who doubts destroys himself.
So what is communication? Where they teach you grammar, they teach you vocabulary, and there are lots of myths. I tell you some of the myths. People are told that you have a big vocabulary, you become a better communicator. There are books in the market that teach you, you memorize these words, you become a great communicator. Let me tell you, if you memorize those words, you become a worse communicator. You come to a stage like this and you will say, ladies and gentlemen, epistemologically speaking, communication is one thing. But let's not go into polemics about it. Let's look at it from ontological perspective first. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, no? Good, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So, this is the point. So, as a matter of fact, you require about 1200 words in any language to communicate quite effectively, which is 300 words less than a kindergarten child's vocabulary who knows 1500 words.
Assertiveness is such a major issue that it is so fundamental and yet unrecognized. Rushibai made people aware of these difficulties and set them free from them, increasing their productivity and happiness many times.
Let me share a Zen parable with you. There were two Zen monks walking to their monastery, and they noticed there was one lady who had trouble crossing the street. One of the monks picked her up and took her across the street. And as they were walking towards the monastery, the other monk asked, he said, listen, we are a Buddhist monk. We are not supposed to touch a woman, and you carried that woman across the street. The other monk smiled and said, brother, I only carried her across the street. You have been carrying her all the way to the monastery. Just think, are you carrying any extra baggage?
I have learned a lot from him regarding interpersonal relationship, and his life is the main learning. He always tell me that most of the conflict happen in interpersonal relationship because we want that person to act and behave like we think. Once you stop thinking about that and listen to his viewpoint, even though you are not in agreement with them, and appreciate his viewpoint, that will end most of the conflict, quarrels and argument.
So I go to this circus, and outside in the ground, big elephant tied to a little nail on the ground. And there was a baby elephant tied to a trunk of a tree. So to a kid of 11, this was the obvious mistake. The huge elephant is tied to a nail on the ground and the small one is tied to a trunk of a tree. So I went into the tent and I said, I want to talk to the manager. So the clown was very amused. So he took me to the manager. He said, what is it, son? I said, sir, would you please come outside? So he was intrigued, so he came out. I said, sir, your people have committed a mistake. He said, what's the mistake? I said, this huge elephant is tied to a nail on the ground and the baby one is tied to the trunk of it. It should be the other way around. He started laughing. He said, come inside. Took me back and he said, sit down, kid. So I sat down. That circus manager, ladies and gentlemen, gave me my first lesson in behavioral psychology. He said, we train them like that. When this little one is tied to a trunk of a tree, tries to run away, he tries as high as possible. By the time he grows up, he gives up. And that's what happens to us. I want all of you to know, just a little nail on the ground, little jerk, and you're free.
We were lucky enough to get in touch with Rooshibai in our life. He was very knowledgeable, practical, and full of wisdom. He was in fact our friend, philosopher and guide.
He encouraged everyone to live the life that they really wanted to live. So he would say that no, if you love doing something, go for it. Don't think about anything else.
Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a triangle. There are three angles, RVP, Rooshikumar Pandya. R stands for rescuer, V for victim, P for persecutor. If you think about it, it's a Hindi film formula. Vijay Sahab. Rescuer is the hero, Yadon Ki Barat. We have Mr. Vijay Arora here, the hero of Yadon Ki Barat. So then victim is the heroine and persecutor is the villain. Now the point is, in interaction with people, if you want to be assertive, avoid taking any one of these roles, rescuer, victim, or persecutor, because no matter what role you took while you got on the triangle, once you are on the triangle, the role will keep on shifting. You have no control as to what role you will get.
A typical mistake that we all make is that we are very obsessed with what we want and want it desperately. Rishi Bhai, in a wonderful manner, made people aware of this through a wonderful course called Negotiating Skills. Once you recognize that others have perspectives and you learn to respect them, you win them over, and it leads to win-win solutions. The energy required to get a win-win solution is much less when there is strife, when there is tug of war kind of things.
Just think, I put a 12 feet long steel board on this stage which is 12 inches wide. You got the picture? 12 feet long, 12 inches wide. I say, okay, all 1,000 of you lined up. We're going to walk over this steel board without stepping off onto the stage. Just have to keep your feet all the time within these 12 inches. You say, come on, it's stupid, we can do it. Is there anybody who cannot do it? All of you can do it, yes or no? Yes? Okay, I pick up the board and put in between two buildings 40 stories high. Building A to building B. How many takers? Ones who work for the fire department. Your imagination takes over. And now when you realize that you cannot do it, let me change one more variable. Same board, same two buildings. Same board, same two buildings. You are there, building A, building B. There is a fire in building A, that's the only exit. Would you run? So the point is you can do it, right? So because you harness your energies, that's what I want you to know. So if you want to succeed, ladies and gentlemen, you got to harness your energy.
Rooshikumar Pandya, winner of innumerous accolades and honor from world over. His going away from this world left a huge void amidst us. His wisdom, his charisma, his style, his voice, his laughter, everything about him is missed by us. But his teachings live on as an inspiration for us.
I just want to share one last story about a friend of mine I met in California when I went there in 1964. That friend's name is General Sherman. It's a name of a redwood tree in Sequoia National Park. This tree, ladies and gentlemen, is 276 feet 8 inches tall, taller than a 25-story building. It will require 17 men to lock their hand to encircle the 103 feet circumference of this tree. This tree, which is estimated to be 3,000 years old, it grew from a seed, ladies and gentlemen, so small, if you kept it in your palm, you might miss it. Do you believe our Maker gave more potential to a tree than to each one of us? Each one of us, in each one of us, ladies and gentlemen, there is phenomenal potential waiting to be realized, waiting to be exploited, that you can realize by having a clear vision, clarity of goal, passion for what you want to do, and pursuit with perseverance.
Guruji, we lay our humble contributions at the altar of your legacy and seek your blessings.
I share the words of great poet Kalidasa. Shantanukul pavanasya shivaste pantaha. May the winds be calm and favorable and the paths auspicious. God bless.
Guruji, आपको शत शत प्रणाम.